You know what's a great idea? Stuffing 100 players into a plane to parachute down on a desolate island to scavenge for weapons, armor, and supplies in hopes of surviving a bloody deathmatch. Throw in the impending doom of an electric field that forces players into an ever-shrinking war zone, and you get PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. This foreboding gameplay concept results in an exhilarating multiplayer shooter, with several randomized variables that challenge you to adapt. No one match is the same. And that's what keeps you coming back for more. Despite glaring technical flaws, Pubg emerges as the most accessible, streamlined battle royale game to date. Gone are the more granular gameplay elements of Pubg's forebears like crafting, bleeding, and arduous navigation. Pubg is a distilled version of the battle royale style, which makes the learning curve less steep. Jumping into a match is less daunting and faster paced than something like H1Z1 King of the Kill or earlier Arma mods. You're expected to scavenge for weapons, ammo, armor, and health packs. These critical items litter the city centers, towns, and abandoned structures across the game's 2 different maps. Tension and anticipation fill the air even in an early phase of a match. You have to account for your plane's flight path and determine if you want to pick a fight as soon as possible. Then it's a race to find the first gun, or immediately throw hands in a hilariously janky boxing match. On the flip side, parachuting to a more distant town results in a less stressful hunt for equipment, but you won't always get the gear that you want. In squads, sharing an abundance of ammo and health packs, or scouting to relocate, highlights the tactical advantage of team play even in the opening minutes. It's absolutely necessary to juggle all of these factors, but by the same token, this can prove to be exhausting and repetitive. Despite having relatively smooth inventory management, it's demoralizing to spend a majority of a match gearing up only to lose in the first firefight, or die unceremoniously from distant gunfire. But that's the give and take you have to accept in Pubg for the more rewarding moments to surface. Don't forget you have to face the dread of the slow yet ominous blue circle of death that forces players into an increasingly smaller zone. Regardless of the area you land in, the random nature of where the circle converges within a huge map ensures that no one match is exactly the same. In many shooters where capture zones and specific choke points dictate the action, Pubg leverages simple variables to stave off monotony. You never really know where the final firefight will take place, or which position is most advantageous when things heat up, until the blue zone comes into view. Positioning, scouting, and knowing when to engage are incredibly important for success. These are tenets that feed into the emergent tactics formed in a matter of seconds, especially when playing in a group. Spotting enemy movement presents an opening for a kill that could turn the tide of battle, but you also risk leaving yourself vulnerable. Pursue the enemy and brace yourself for bullets raining down, or fire from afar and give your position away to other players. In the event of getting knocked out, teams can revive you before you bleed out, but they're defenseless as the revive countdown ticks. Pubg is a series of calculated risks. It's not entirely new to video games, but the unpredictability of where and when these moments happen keeps the game fresh. As you inch toward becoming the last combatant standing, tension ramps up exponentially. The risk-reward nature of Pubg is compounded by the fact that matches become more of an investment as they go on. But because of how much you have to work to achieve victory, winning is intrinsically rewarding, even without a tangible prize at the end. That's not to say that the only triumph comes from winning, though. Survival itself is an achievement. Every kill feels earned, and recognizing mistakes in a heated battle is a lesson learned. Pubg retains some of the military simulation roots of its predecessors, and the game is better for it. Guns aren't easy to wield. Recoil is a major factor that negates the effectiveness of full auto firing modes outside of close quarter encounters. Bullet drop makes sniping much more challenging than simply lining up your crosshairs. Health packs take time to be applied, which makes you think twice about healing under pressure. But to experience the most satisfying parts of Pubg, you'll likely go through a lot of trial and error. As of now, there aren't any in-game tutorials to lay out the basics or jumpstart newcomers. Even after several hours, you may still not realize something as simple as the fact that you can hold the control key, right-click items in the inventory to drop specific quantities for your squad mates. Battlegrounds lacks technical refinement as well. The game is noticeably improved from its early access days, but frame rates can still fluctuate inexplicably. Even a high-end PC can have trouble maintaining a steady frame rate with relatively modest graphics settings, evidence of the game's ongoing optimization issues. On top of the in-game performance problems, the fear of seemingly random crashes and connection difficulties linger. If and when these strike, a good match is ruined. The technical shortcomings of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds can undermine its broader achievement. However, PUBG focuses on streamlining the core tenets that make the genre so enjoyable. Each phase of a match presents a different type of tension. It's equal parts thrilling and terrifying, all driven by the insatiable desire to be the last person or squad standing. Whether you play solo or in a group, successfully executing adaptive tactics makes for an incredibly tense and rewarding experience. Every player has unique stories of their most memorable matches, and even after hundreds of hours, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds keeps on giving.